definition of insanity is doing the exact same fucking thing over and over again, expecting shit to change. That is crazy.
Hi, my name is Nacho, welcome back to the channel, and I feel like the creative decisions the vast majority of entertainment companies decide to take nowadays are guided by the same principle, which is flogging a dead horse. I usually try to make my videos around a single topic, but in this one we're gonna branch out. We're gonna go wide like those characters in that Dove commercial, and we're gonna tackle multiple IPs in a single video.
Get ready.
First off is How to Train Your Dragon, which is one of Dreamworks' most successful trilogies that I just recently managed to watch, that tells the story about a young but weak Viking who wishes to become a dragon hunter to fit better with the rest, but ends up befriending a dragon named Toothless, who shares a similar situation in him, and throughout great bonding and perseverance manages to overcome his disadvantages and win the heart of his love interest, Astrid, and become a hero amongst his people. It's a beautiful and inspiring story that I really enjoyed, and I end up watching the whole trilogy because of it. Now, I want to reinforce the fact that these are Vikings, okay? Scandinavian people, Northerners, which should bring to mind people who look like this, right? Well, they just announced that they're making a live-action remake, and they cast Nico Parker for the role of Astrid. Now, this is not the first time Nico has covered the shoes of a blonde girl, and I said it before in my review of The Last of Us that she's not a bad actress. But these are Vikings. They were not dark-skinned, no matter what your dumb conspiracy theorists say. So people are reacting to this announcement the same way they have in the multiple times this has been done in the past. And the argument against this reaction is always, "It's a fictional character, why do you care so much, you racist?" Because it has been established that looking the other way and allowing innocent changes like this fly leads to the people making said changes believe that they can take too many creative liberties. Plus, this franchise made $1.6 billion across 3 movies to a budget of $439 million. That's 3.5 times more.
Feel free to check my math.
Any logical person would say, let's make it the same way. Let's make the dragons look real as fuck, no matter how crazy looking they are in the movies. We have the tech, Game of Thrones and House of the Dragons did it already. Let's be as faithful as we can to the original film, so the people that watched this movie in 2010 will come back to watch it again, potentially with their kids. No, let's adapt it for a modern audience. Why are you doing this? Why?
Why?
Just cast a blonde actress. Cast Freya Allen, people know her. Or better yet, cast a Scandinavian actress and say you're representing them, cause you fucking should. It's a Vikings movie. Nico Parker is British. The Vikings didn't live there. They were visiting and rape and killed and kidnap a lot of people, but that's a topic for a different channel.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
The good thing for them, I guess, is that they don't need to race swap Toothless. Moving on, and speaking about teaching a lesson to an old man, Wizards of the Coast released a card set inspired by Lord of the Rings and a new card called Aragorn, with a character picture that does not look like Aragorn.
I've never met this man in my life.
This again sparked controversy amongst fans of the book series and the card game, to which Wizards of the Coast commented that its new Tolkien set was driven by 2 guiding principles: diversity and originality.
Sounds familiar.
I haven't played that much IRL MTG, but I've played a lot of the online game, enough to admire the card art and the animations and the complicated game mechanics, so I don't really have bad things to say about the game itself. However, if there's anything to say about the Lord of the Rings fanbase, is that they are very protective and they are very vocal when it comes to the source material. So when Wizards of the Coast announced this card on Twitter, some of the reactions were... Mwah.
Guys, focus.
This change was a choice made by WOTC in order to promote diversity, as some have suggested, but also to create a unique version of the character that's reflective of a modern take. There's articles defending this change, as well as people who love the character art, and Wizards of the Coast decided to double down on it. But the problem is that Tolkien himself was very clear in the books when he said that the character of Strider or Aragorn was pale skin. Most clear example of what happens when you try to give a beloved franchise like Lord of the Rings a modern take has not long ago proven to have failed miserably after Amazon put $1 billion in it and barely got a third of the audience to watch the whole thing. And despite this lack of interest, they are making a 2nd season. So this decision from Wizards of the Coast was, for lack of a better word, a dumb fucking idea. Speaking of dumb fucking ideas, the last thing I want to talk about is the live action remake of Lilo and Stitch. I know, more live actions. But I think this one's different, and I really like the original Lilo Stitch. It's a fun, cheerful, and hilarious movie that sold a bunch of tickets and a bunch of merch. So when they announced that they were making a live action and getting an all-Hawaiian cast, I was like, finally they've learned their lesson. There is no way people are gonna be mad about this. Oh, what do they want? What the fuck do they want? How can these people not be happy with anything? The main lead for Nani is not dark enough, not native Hawaiian enough. They wanted to replace Cobra Bubbles with a new character played by a woman. Luckily they changed that and Corny Vance is playing him now. Oh, and the article announcing this is no longer there. The actor originally cast to play David got recast because some people again were not happy with him not being dark enough and went into a third search and unfortunately found that this guy used the N-word in the title of a Spotify playlist, which was enough to label him as racist and have Disney ban him from playing the role. Good guy Disney defending the world against racism. So they cast a new guy that looks exactly the same, but the woke crowd is now happy because he's queer. The hot buff surfer dude from Hawaii. I'll say that wasn't the smartest thing to do from Mr. Machado, but to go as far as to ruin this guy's career, because it's ruined now, this guy's not gonna get any more work. But of course the people who went after him don't fucking care about that, about ruining this young man's career over a dumb fucking mistake. They just want their ideas to be imposed. They don't care about the movie being good, or studios focusing their casting choices based on characters' actual ethnicities. No, they just want to make noise and get attention drawn to them. They are unpleasable. I want the character to look like me or else I can't identify with it. No, you're supposed to identify with the idea, their actions, the evolution of the character, not how they look. Because I bet you anything that if The Hunchback of Notre Dame gets a remake, which it probably will, they will cry to the high heavens that a person with an actual spinal disability should get the role, and then they will complain in the reviews that they did not like the film because how he looked. Because they are that petty. Plus they are missing the bigger picture. This movie is called Lilo and Stitch. I know this movie is gonna suck, not because of any of the actors' skin color, or acting ability, or where they were born. This movie is gonna blow because this is how Stitch would potentially look like. As a quick bonus, I'll quickly mention how Target made the frankly disgusting decision to release an LGBTQ, I don't even know how many letters they have in there now, clothing line for children, which made their stock drop 20% and lost them a remarkable $15 billion.
Oh no, how terrible! That's just awful! How terrible! Oh no!
Which then led to the decision to pull this heinous merch from the stores, to which the LGBTQ accused the retailer of systematically attacking the gay community. I mean, they hired a trans designer who self-identifies as a Satanist. How could this possibly backfire?
Not a great plan.
So not only they've upset their more conservative clients by releasing a sexualized themed clothing line for kids, they've also upset the LGBTQ community by recalling these items. A bunch of fucking idiots. They deserve the shareholder panic. But it goes to show that if you step away from your major consumer base and give this type of small groups a hand, they will take a knee. This applies to the rest of the topics we touch in this video.
Oh, that's clever.
But if you watched this far into the video, leave us a like, let me know in the comments down below which is your favorite trivia fact about Viggo Mortensen's Aragorn, the knife deflect, and as always I've been Nacho, hope you enjoyed the video, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.